What's going on, guys? Raiden here, and today we're playing some Capture the Flag? Say what? That was my inner Shaniqua speaking for me, and I know some of you guys are probably like, never do that again. But that's right, we're playing Capture the Flag, and probably becoming one of my favorite game types. But before I get too started into the gameplay, I wanted to ask a favor from you guys. I've recently been going for clips the past couple nights, and been getting some good ones, so I'm almost ready to start editing both my COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2 montages. But I was looking through my music library last night, and I didn't really see any songs that sounded appealing to me for either montage. So if you could, I would appreciate it if you would leave a comment on this video, maybe listing one or two songs that you think might be good to use or might go well with the COD 4 Modern Warfare 2 montage. I'd really appreciate it because I could use some new ideas. And please give me a song that's original. I don't want a song that's been used in like 7 different montages for like 3 different games, okay? So make sure the song's original, but I'd appreciate it if you guys could leave me some ideas, so. But now that that's all said and done, yeah, we're playing Capture the Flag on Skidrow, and I'm using the P90 with Marathon, Stopping Power, and Ninja. And I think the Striker is my secondary, which is slowly becoming one of my favorite shotguns to use. And in my opinion, Capture the Flag is probably the most team-oriented game in Modern Warfare 2. And the reason I say that is because it takes a lot of organization, a lot of teamwork to really dominate and capture the flag. And this isn't a game type where one man can win it for you. And granted, you know, not a lot of games can be won by a single person, but you know, every now and then you'll see somebody carry in Search and Destroy or Team Deathmatch or maybe even Domination, depending on how bad the other team is. But I know I said that I wouldn't be talking about gameplay much, but since I haven't posted a Capture the Flag gameplay, I figured I'd talk a little bit about strategies and stuff. So my favorite way to play Capture the Flag is with 4 people, and the only way you'll play Capture the Flag with 4 people is either in Team Tac or GB. And with these 4 people, these 4 people will be your core group, regardless of whether you're playing with 4 or 6 people. But the main players you want to have, you want to have 1 objective player, 1 slayer, and 2 support players. The objective player is gonna do what I'm doing right now, run the flag back and forth. They're gonna be the ones who constantly running back from spawn to spawn, grabbing the other team's flag, bringing it back, and pretty much just capping flags for your team to win. Normally, I would advise you running lightweight if you're a rusher or if you're running the flag, but I figured since this map is Skid Row, it's fairly small. I didn't really feel the need to put on lightweight, so I'm using Stopping Power. But normally, if you're running the objective, you'd want to have lightweight on. And the Slayer is the one who kill hordes the entire round. He's going to be the one who's constantly in their spawn, making sure they're spawn trapped, getting air support for the team. He's going to be the one who's just, you know, just killing everybody, wiping out everybody. Then your 2 support players, and you might think they're kind of in between, and that is true to some extent, but usually what the support players do is just kind of sit back, and it's not always guaranteed that a support player will have less kills than the Slayer. I mean, support players can have more kills than the Slayer at times, it just depends. But usually what the support players do are kind of set up around the map, make sure no one flanks, make sure that the objective players are protected while they're running the flag, and things like that. So, although it may not seem like objective players, or not objective players, support players may not seem like they do much, but they're really important to have on your team. And you think, well, what does that have to do with 6 people? Well, when you're playing with 6 people on your team, you want to keep that core group of those players. So if the 2 extras that you have, in my opinion, the best thing to do is add 1 to the objective, and then put 1 on defense. And you might ask, well, you know, why would you even want 1 on defense? Well, having 6 players on the other team is a lot different than having 4. It may not seem like it just because it's 2 more players, but you know, there's air support in pubs. There, you know, you can run cold-blooded. Chances are somebody's gonna find a way to flank you, and if it just so happens where everybody is killed and the last person standing is the guy on defense, it's always nice to have that anchor to fall back on, and you know, to keep our flag safe. And we were playing last week. We played Capture the Flag for it's all we played for 3 days in a row, and for pretty much every game in those 3 days, Excel Gunner was playing defense, And within those 3 days, there was only one game where a team kept a flag on us, and it was just one flag. So Gunner is pretty much a beast on defense, and I think that's the best thing to do is just leave somebody on defense. So that being said, your 6 players, and like I said, this is my opinion. You know, there might be better strategies out there, but in my opinion, with all that being said, you have 2 objective players, 2 support players, 1 slayer, and 1 guy on defense. And this really worked well for us the entire 2 to 3 day period that we were playing Capture the Flag. And playing with 6 people can be a little bit more difficult for the objective players. Obviously, you're like, well, duh, there's more people, but that, and also the fact that there is no consistent respawn delay. In GB, there's always a respawn of 5 seconds, regardless. In pubs, there is what is called a wave respawn, and I'm not exactly sure of the details of how that works. But what I do know is, you can kill somebody and they'll spawn in like 5 or 6 seconds. Then you'll kill them again, and that next time they'll instantly spawn back. So it's really hard to predict when you should push up for a flag cap if you're an objective player, because you never know when somebody's going to spawn back. And that's one thing that is really helpful to know when Capture the Flag is the spawns. Because Capture the Flag is one of those game types where the game does not care where you are. They will spawn somebody literally 2 feet behind you. I've had this happen to me more times than I care to count, especially since I was the flag runner during most of this streak, or most of this 2 to 3 day period where we were playing. I was the flag runner, and more times than I can count, I was running the flag back, and people spawned all around me. What tends to happen is if your team is just on top of their spawn and right by their flag, they're going to spawn somewhere else naturally. I mean, they can't just spawn in one spot the entire game. And in this map, on this specific side, their flag is over by that tunnel. If you take the flag and run through the tunnel back towards that playground area, back towards that little room, they will spawn in that room. They will spawn around that staircase. And it took me a little while, well, not a little while, it took me maybe 1 or 2 runs at the flag to find this out this game. But once I did, I tried to avoid that area, and I told my teammates too. I think Jeter was the other one playing the objective. I told them, I said, don't, and kind of contrary, I was going to say, don't go through the tunnel, and there you can see him ran through the tunnel, but I told my teammates, I said, guys, if you have the flag, don't run through the tunnel, because they're going to spawn on the other side of that way. So it definitely helps to know the spawns, and that way, if you're running the flag, you'll know where the other area that they're going to spawn, and that way you can kind of avoid that. And it's good to already have a route picked out before you get to the flag, and sometimes I kind of improvise and get there without even knowing what I'm doing. Like, I'll just run around and eventually get to the flag, but I always know which way I'm going to go before I pick up the flag, because you don't want to sit there and think, oh, should I go this way, should I go that way? And it's kind of like a girl before she goes out to the movies or something, sitting there waiting in the mirror, like, should I wear this, should I wear that? It's just like, you don't want to sit there and wait, because chances are somebody's going to jump on the opportunity to come get you. And trust me, they will come after you. If you have the other team's flag, they are like scavengers. I remember one of the games we were playing, me, Danny, and Donut were 3 of the people that were playing. I can't remember who else was with us, but we were playing on sub base, and Donut grabbed the flag, and he was going through the middle. And me and Danny were up top on sub base, and we looked down, and 3 guys came pouring out of the middle to chase after Donut since he had their flag, and we just started laughing our asses off. And 2 of them had painkiller, which is definitely another problem, Capture the Flag, but we were just laughing our asses off. So if you're running the flag, be aware that they will come after you with everything they have. And it's not always a smart thing to try, like, if they grab your flag, if you're closer to their flag than you are, like, your spawn, or closer than the person that has a flag, it's usually a better choice to grab their flag if they have yours, because that gives them more to think about, that gives them more things to do. They have to kill you and return their flag rather than just run straight, Usually if they have your flag and you're trying to run after them, they'll just run a straight, they'll just run a beeline towards their spawn to try and score the flag. So that's another thing you should watch out for. But yeah, that's pretty much the way I play Capture the Flag, and think that it's the best way. And I know there's probably better strategies out there, but this is the way that works best with me and my friends I play with. So this is the way that we really stuck with the whole time we played. And I actually went on a 231 win streak while we were doing this, and it wasn't during those 3 days that I went on that win streak. I'm pretty sure that it had been building up for maybe a week, week and a half, but the main bulk of my win streak was capture the flag because of the way we played. We played so well, so yeah, give capture the flag a go if you found any of this info helpful, and I would definitely advise playing with a party because randoms aren't good at capture the flag. But anyway, guys, that's the end of the game. My final score was 31-3, and please remember to leave some song ideas for me, and I will catch you guys later.